What?
Happy Friday. Where's your smile? It's World Smile Day.
It is. That is true. It is World Smile Day. Yes.
You want to know what else it is?
What else is it?
National Boyfriend Day, and I have the best one ever.
Well, I don't have any boyfriends, so there. Way to rub it in. It's Curt and Jen. This is our podcast. Thank you for being here. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that's 1, 2, 3 times, if I'm doing my math right, every week. And please like, follow, subscribe, all of the above. We want to hear from you.
What's coming up in the show today? Other people think it's another national holiday. They would call it Taylor Swift Day because her album came out and we have to talk about it.
All right. Also, hotels might be offering a new kind of alarm clock and things people have asked you to do for free. That was our question of the day from Wednesday.
Yes. Risks that come from being the funniest person at work. There are risks. And Curt, you were probably one of the funniest people at work.
Just because I'd like to hide around corners and startle people.
Yeah. At what age does your mind peak? There's apparently an age for that.
There's a new TikTok trend and an additional one. We've talked about so many, and this is one that Jen has actually tried.
I have.
And finally, Fun Facts Friday. What does it mean times 2?
I'll tell you. Play me some music.
Okay.
Okay, because it's World Smile Day, I promise you that I know that there are so many benefits to smiling, Curt. So turn that frown upside down. I wanted to give you some fun facts about smiling.
Oh, we're starting off with the fun facts.
No, well, it's times 2. It's a fun fact sandwich.
Well, this is way too many fun facts, so you better get going.
Okay, smiling is contagious. Studies show that when you see someone smile, your brain often activates the muscle in your own face to mimic it. Curt?
Yes. Also, it looks like it's a universal language, smiling. All around the world, it's recognized as a sign of happiness, and fake it till you make it works. Even let me see your forced smile. Even forcing a smile can trick your brain into feeling better and happier.
And smiles are powerful. People who smile are perceived as more attractive, approachable, and trustworthy. You use fewer muscles to smile. It takes about 17 muscles to smile and 43 to frown.
That's why they say smiling is better. Another reason, yeah. Babies are born smilers. Most babies smile in their sleep even before they're born. And smiling, of course, reduces stress too. You knew that. It lowers the heart rate and blood pressure, things like that.
Okay, there's many more. I'm going to give you just 2 more. You live longer. Research suggests that people who smile more genuinely and frequently tend to live longer, healthier lives, and it spreads joy.
Those are good things.
Yeah, I know.
I learned some things today already, even in my hungover state.
Oh, we better talk about that. Let's talk about that, Curt. Why are you so groggy? Well, first of all, we're recording this earlier than we normally do.
Yeah, hence the big dark backgrounds and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, because the people in our house are still sleeping.
Oh, you're back down from Cedro Woolley. Okay.
Yeah, I'm at home. I'm at my house.
Around so that the lighting is at least a little bit better.
So, Curt, why are you so tired?
I started doing a volunteer shift at a little radio station called KSER, a public station, an independent station in Everett. And it's not like regular radio stations. As a nonprofit or basically an independent radio station. The ones that do the fund drives and pledge drives and stuff like that. And we just had a big meeting last night in Everett, and afterwards, like with a lot of meetings, you end up at the pub, which was the Irishman last night. So it's not a drinking hangover. It's a I don't usually stay out till midnight hangover. How's that?
That's legit, and I love that you're back on the radio again. Congratulations. What station is it again?
90.7 KSER. It's an interesting mix of just to prepare people. If you ever listen to college radio, you know how like you'd have like a whole bunch of jocks, like 40 different radio DJs, and they'd all do like a 3-hour shift once a week. That's what it's like. But they, I guess I should say we. It's basically you pick a theme of a show. So there's a Hawaiian slack key music show and a blues show and a jazz show and a jambalaya, New Orleans music show and stuff like that.
What's yours?
Well, I don't really. They have an afternoon show. I mean, morning into afternoon, like from 9 until 3. They have something called we have something called the Sunlit Room, which is basically, just a kind of more up tempo, mid to up tempo music. I think it's supposed to make you have a nice sunny type of day. The Sunlit Room.
And you get to play what you want. Basically, you play Curt Cruz's favorite songs.
Yeah, not just picking from the music library there, but also I'm going to bring this stuff from home.
That's pretty cool. Okay, well,
that's on Mondays. Yeah. It is a blast. So listen in, and I try to be less tired for the next podcast. I will definitely be less tired. Well, we had to get up early too because you got to get going as well because you've got a duty as well, a job to do.
I have a driver picking me up this morning to drive into Seattle to pick up 2 actors from the show Stereophonic that's going to be opening at the Paramount next week. And we're doing a little media tour. So I'm picking up their order of Starbucks, and I am picking them up at their hotel. And then we're going to like 3 TV stations and a couple radio stations, and it'll be fun. It's supposed to be a really great show. I mean, it's the most Tony nominated show ever in history.
Wow. Well, congratulations to you for getting out and doing some stuff as well.
It's going to be kind of fun. I had to get for those of you watching, I had to get my back scratcher. I have a really bad itch on my back. Okay. I have it all over the house like I have reading glasses.
That's good. They're good to have. I think I have.
I am a little disappointed in myself that I missed this, but I am so thankful that Lily, a loyal listener to the podcast and one of my good friends, reminded our friend group the other day that she was like very loud with her text, capital letters, like it is October, which means it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I just want to remind all of you to get your mammograms. Get your mammograms. Early detection is key. We know this from massive research. So it does not, people said it hurts and it's uncomfortable, but it is not terrible. And it is worth it if they catch a little something and they catch it early and can take care of it and nip it in the bud.
Right there.
Literally.
Yeah, you're right. Typically we mention that on the very, very first day. It's every October, right? Yeah. It doesn't change.
I would have mentioned it I should have mentioned it on Wednesday when we kicked off October. So Lily, thank you for the reminder. And yes, please, please, please do not put it off. Don't just say, oh yeah, I got to do that. No, like tell your phone to remind you to make an appointment when your doctor's office opens today.
Here's a question. Should dudes do this too?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember Kent from Kent and Allen had breast cancer. Yeah. There you go. That's what I had to say.
Did they do it the same way? Because they
Tatas checked.
If you don't have big enough breasts to smush.
I don't really know how they do it, but they have a way to do it.
Okay.
They find a way, even if you're flat chested.
Good to know. All right.
Okay. I am not one of the super Taylor Swift fans. I am a Taylor Swift fan though. Her album dropped tonight at midnight, or I mean like at midnight.
Okay.
It's dropped. People have been listening to it over and over and over again, memorizing her lyrics, analyzing the lyrics. It's her 12th album, The Life of a Showgirl. It has 12 tracks. I mean, you know that it's going to be a massive hit.
Right.
There's release
and it's out there now.
Yeah, and there's release parties at theaters over this weekend. Like there's limited showings this weekend only of I don't even know what they're showing. I think some behind the scenes stuff. I mean, it's going to be amazing. I should have got tickets. I would guess it's sold out, but who knows? Maybe not.
Okay, it's did they release a single yet or not?
No, the whole album's out.
Right. Okay. Not like the olden days where they put a single out for a while and then the album would hit.
I know what you mean. But you mean for like, what are they playing on the radio?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the answer to that. I'm sorry. But
that's okay. I haven't heard anything. So
there's a lot of people that are, like I said, analyzing and dissecting her lyrics. And some believe that in one of her songs, it's called Actually Romantic. It allegedly takes shots at Charlie XCX.
Mm-hmm.
Because she and Charlie used to be very good friends. I did not know all this. And Charlie opened for the Reputation tour in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Then had a falling out when Charlie started buddying up to the 1975 band.
That's right.
He ended up marrying the drummer for that band, and I had forgotten that Taylor's ex, Matt Healy, was part of that band. So they think that, yeah. Anyway,
that seems very childish and I don't know. I wonder if there's any truth to that.
I don't. I've said it's allegedly. And here's the other thing that I don't understand. Wendy's is offering free fries in honor of the new album release, but you have to use the app to take advantage of it. Uber Eats and Krispy Kreme are also offering deals because of the release of the album. I'm like, what?
I was going to say, you know that you're big time when all these restaurants like, hey, so and so just dropped an album. We should have a special.
I did not. You're super into music. I thought this was. I put this in our show, Curt, because I thought it was pretty interesting that she has reunited with one of the guys that produced some of her earlier work, and he's produced massive hits. So his name is, what is it, Martin? Oh, I didn't put his whole name in there. Martin. We're just gonna call him Martin. He has worked on several of her catchiest anthems, including We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, Shake It Off, Blank Space, and Bad Blood. And nearly 70% of Taylor's tracks with Martin have over 500 million streams on Spotify, which is,
so he's done good work with her.
Significantly higher than any of the other productions of work that she's done. And he also has been part of a lot of other big hits like Britney Spears' Baby One More Time, NSYNC's It's Gonna Be Me, The Weeknd's Blinding Lights, which I have something about that in Fun Facts Friday later on in the show. Okay, that is all. Oh. Are you celebrating Halloween?
What's that?
You celebrate Halloween?
Oh yeah. It's only the best holiday ever invented in the history of ever.
Well, and you know what's funny is I was at Hobby Lobby and I was like, you guys don't have any Halloween decorations, just fall? And she's like, we never carry Halloween decorations.
Because it's a pagan holiday.
Yeah.
And they're Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Early Halloween poll found about 80%. So 8 in 10 adults plan to celebrate Halloween this year. It doesn't mean they're dressing up for it, not necessarily, but most of us won't. However, we still get a lot of fun out of it. We would celebrate it more, but we just don't get any trick-or-treaters. So we'll decorate the house and whatever. But year after year, I mean, I've been here 24 years now, in this 25 years in this house, and it's just each year goes by, and 2, 3 kids come by, and I think it's because the rest of the street does not get that involved.
Well, and also it's a small cul-de-sac compared to the other neighborhoods, like big neighborhoods in your area.
Well, across the street in Bluegrass Meadows, there's probably 300 houses in that plot or whatever. So I think that wisely, if you're a kid, you gotta separate your time. You're like, I'm gonna go to where the candy is. So
ROI.
That's right. Return on investment. Exactly. So here's some of the deals. 93% of Gen Z adults will celebrate in one way or another, compared to only 66% of boomers. That surprises me. I thought it'd be the other way around. But, that they're saying things that celebrating Halloween includes dressing up, or maybe handing out candy, or just putting a pumpkin out on your doorstep. I sort of backed off on that stuff, like, what was it, 5, 6 years ago, when I was putting up decorations and stepped in a mole hole and busted my foot.
That's
right.
I
was in a boot for like 6 months.
Okay, so here's something interesting. First of all, do you dress up any of your pets at Halloween, or does Dana?
Oh no, yes, absolutely we do. They love it. You can tell that they love it too by the look on their face.
A third of pet owners are looking at costumes for their pet. They'll spend an average of $22 on them. A full half of Gen Z pet owners plan to dress up their pet and spend around $50, so more than twice the average. And Gen Z will spend the most overall. Like, how much? It was like a crazy amount on decorations. $622 per household, not per person. The oldest Gen Zers are pushing 30 now, so some of them have kids. So that's why they spend more.
Fantastic. Well, we will have more Halloween stats, I'm sure, as Halloween gets closer. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Now I got to find out what music I'm on because I went ahead and played that silly Halloween music.
I already bought my Halloween candy. I bought a big box of the big bars at Costco. They were on
That,
sale, so I bought
that's
some.
the only way to do it too.
Yeah, I think so.
The big box. Okay, go ahead. I gotta find. I lost my place.
You
Oh,
did.
okay, here we are.
Okay, I thought this was interesting. Hotels may start offering, get this, scent-based alarm clocks.
That's SCENT, not like C
Oh,
C.
yeah, like smelly kind of scent. If
Yeah.
you're staying at a hotel, you probably wouldn't want to be awakened by a smell. I would.
Well, typically, if I said to you, "Hey, guess what? Come stay at my house, and tomorrow you're going to be awakened by a smell," you're probably going to think it's not a good smell. But
Oh, I think I would think coffee. That's what I would think.
I guess my mind went someplace else. All right. So Holiday Inn Express testing a new scent-based alarm clock, which works like a diffuser, releasing the scent of your choice when it's time to wake up. I don't know if that would just wake me up. Does it come with a sound as well, or is it just the smell supposed to wake you up?
I'm not sure. They're trying out different options in different countries. In Australia and New Zealand, guests can pick from options like coffee, bacon, and blueberry muffin. And in Japan, you can also choose nashi pear.
I guess.
And
Singapore, they say they have an option for mango, and this is not available in the U.S. yet. But as always, if it works well someplace else, we're gonna glom onto that for sure.
I don't the breakfast smells are not a tease. The hotels are also offering free breakfast. Yeah, that's the great thing about Holiday Inn Express typically. If you're someone who could sleep through any smell, even an entire diner opening. Okay, so I think I would wake up to a smell.
You know what? I never considered that. I never in my life even thought, hey, here's an idea. Don't set an alarm clock. Have a smell wake you up.
They're still going to offer wake up calls and knocks at the door.
Okay. You know what they should do is someone should do, because this always works. The alarm clock that sounds like your dog barfing, it doesn't even have to be loud. It just has to be you just laying there in bed. All of a sudden you hear that, ooh, 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 and you are up and out of bed, man.
Seriously, I'm like, Sailor, get outside, go outside, go outside. Don't puke on the carpet.
Yeah, we try to grab him and get him into where the bathroom, and go on the tile at least.
Right, not on the carpet. Whatever you do,
Okay.
not on the carpet. Sailor's like, what do you need? What do you need? I'm here.
The barf alarm clock. I like. This is a trend that you've tried?
Yes, because it kept showing up on my social media feed, not just this one particular thing. Okay, so there's a TikTok trend that's saying, and it's really supposed to be good for your health. It's called the 50 jump trend. The 50 jump, I'm putting in air quotes.
Okay.
It's the newest health hack going around on TikTok. And the idea is simple. You get out of bed. As soon as you get out of bed, and you jump in place 50 times. That's it. I've done the thing. What's showing up on my feed is the whole series of things. The first thing you do is you jump in place for 60 seconds, and then you take like a 30-minute rest, or 20-second. I'm not 30-minute, a 30-second rest, and then you do like these arm swings. All of it's supposed to be like super good for you. Get your body, like your blood flowing. I mean, there's a lot of the health benefits. Here's the deal. Quick way to increase your heart rate and get the blood flowing, which gets oxygen to your brain first thing after waking up.
Well, and that's something that you'll hear fitness people and scientists and everybody say, just move your body. When I mean, that's, people are like, well, I don't have time to work out, or I don't have time for this. And it's like, they just say, just move your body, get up and walk or move or whatever,
And the thing is anyone can do it. It's not like you have to jump high, just like a little bit of jump, right? And if you're not in the habit of exercising, this is a quick and easy way to do it. You get out of bed, jump 50 times.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to put your shoes on. You don't have to go outside. And specialists are saying that, well, like you said, that movement is movement. And in general, any kind of movement is good for us.
All right. I might try that out. 50 jumps. 50 jumps in the morning. All right. Our question of the day. We had this on Wednesday. I wasn't sure what kind of responses we were going to get, so we put in a little caveat there. It was basically, besides things like moving and taking people to the airport, which we all do, it's what's something someone asks you to do for free. So we want you to do this. And I know that I always feel bad, not bad enough not to do it, but if I have an issue with my computer, it's like, oh, I'm going to call my friend who knows about computers.
Oh,
Saturday afternoon, they're trying to relax. Like, dude, I got an issue here.
that's what I do. That is something I ask for free. My best friend's husband is a computer whiz. In fact, he has a business called Northwest Tech Guy.
Mhm.
And that he is my go-to. Like if I need anything computer and I don't pay him.
Do you bake him things?
No.
Well, you should.
Maybe. Okay.
Things that people have asked you to do for free. Nancy says somebody asked me to help with their income tax return, saying I'm a CPA but don't do taxes. That you know what that'd be tough because that's a pretty big deal. Doesn't it take a while to do your tax return? I think it does.
It does. It takes a good amount of time. Yeah. Brad said
Brad,
bake.
cook and bake must be. Is Brad a chef? I wonder. See, often these things
I
go
don't
to
think so.
okay. And Corey said somebody asked her to cut someone's hair for free.
She is not a hairstylist as far as I know.
Okay.
Kim said write something. I don't know what
Okay.
specifically. Lane said, let their family share my house.
Oh, I've had actually people.
Big
Yeah, I've
ask.
actually had that asked before too. We're going to be, and it's one thing if you're making plans with a friend that's coming to town, but it's like somebody you haven't heard. Hey, we're going to be in Seattle, so hey, I got an idea. We're going to stay at your place. Phil says put their new electric lawnmower together. That's very specific.
Okay. Laurel said watering their plants and picking up their mail. I have neighbors that do the same for me. It's just a
Yeah,
gesture
we
of
do that for our neighbors when they're gone too as well. Jackie says cross stitch a sampler for them. A sampler.
I don't really know what a sampler means. She had a picture attached. It was very pretty.
Mm-hmm. Jody put she just put friendships about helping each other out. Does one put a cost on that? And yeah, no.
I mean, I like that, Jody. Thank you for putting that in there.
What's the last one on here?
Well, it's because someone asked Curt and I to go to Mount Vernon and pick up a jukebox.
Which, if you've ever tried to lift a jukebox, they're pretty stinking heavy. This is like an old timey jukebox with the bubbles and
It's like a mega one that you see in like an old diner.
then we had a very hysterical time driving back from Mount Vernon with the jukebox.
It was an adventure. It was a long adventure.
But that was the thing. I think at the time, it was like, well, that'll be an adventure. If you put that spin on it, sometimes I think it makes it better.
Yeah. We were like,
It's
okay, we'll help a friend. We'll go. Why not? We
yeah.
don't have anything else to do.
Helping move though is never an adventure. That's just and the price has never gone up. It's like I'll give you a 6-pack of beer or a pizza. It's like there's been inflation. I think it
But
should be.
we also do it because we're kind and we like to help others.
That is true. Yes. The headline here is being the funny one at work comes with two main risks. And though you pointed out something about me, I think that we worked in radio a lot. There's a lot of funny people around at the radio station, including yourself, Jen. You've got a great sense of humor.
Oh, you think? Thanks, Curt. I think that there's a lot of people that are way funnier than I am, though. The website, The Conversation, had an article called Why You Seriously Need to Stop Trying to Be Funny at Work because they say it can backfire.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the two risks it comes with. Folks who use humor effectively at work can end up being seen as more confident and more competent.
Okay.
However, when jokes fall flat, the negative effects can be even more drastic.
And that actually, the funny thing about me is I kind of if the joke works, that's fun and hilarious. If it doesn't work, I still think that's fun and hilarious.
Well, it can make you end up looking less credible and lose people's respect. They claim there are two main things that make a good joke work. It should be unexpected or seem like it breaks the rules in some way, but it also has to come across as harmless. Curt, you're scaring people was not harmless.
It's totally harmless. I got to dig up some of those videos. Now you tell me. Here's something else that never made the Star 101.5 website was. Remember, I used to because the afternoon DJ Julian used to run the studio monitors, the speaker in the studio, very very loud, super loud. Like he'd have them up to 10, which is unnecessary, but that's what he used to do. But so I would sometimes walk in the studio. Of course, his back would be to the door, and I'd be like, "Hey," and he would just jump all the way to the roof.
Yeah.
That was fun. I'm sorry.
Okay, so here's the thing. They say that the thing about all of this is that if it's not, you have to be edgy to be funny, but if it comes across as offensive, you're screwed.
Right. And that, that, well, there's my wife Dana was just telling me about somebody had to go to HR at her work because what was it was a joke, or they shared a video from Facebook or social media, and I recognized how some people could be offended, but it was also like the other side was like, come on, man, it's just any joke can offend anybody. I mean, that's one of the things when you're on the radio, if you tell a joke, at one point or another, it's going to be at somebody's expense that's going to say, hey, that makes me mad. So I would say that's that's a little different because we're telling jokes in the radio. But if you are joking around with your coworkers and stuff and you don't want to end up in HR, be careful.
Yeah, because they can either be found offensive or people can get like burnout from you trying to be funny when you're not.
And there are people, by the way, I'm not going to name names, but there were people that we used to work with that I really thought that they were very funny, but they weren't. So you just kind of had to do the little.
I want you to name names.
I won't because you'll disagree.
Okay.
Another time. How's that?
All right. At what age does the human mind peak? Apparently, older and wiser has a ceiling.
Does it peak at a younger age than I am?
Well, it's getting close.
So the new study, this isn't an intelligence. Is this the second one you had from Intelligence Magazine? I don't know.
No, the other one was something else. Confident.
Metric they have called the Cognitive Personality Functioning Index, which is a measure of how intelligence, judgment, and other key traits evolve over the average lifespan of a person. It's not just a random theory. This is actually based on a bunch of years, decades of psychological research, and it does show a pattern.
Yeah, the overall functioning of the human brain reaches its peak between the ages of 55 and 60. But not everything follows the same trajectory. Fluid influence, including reasoning, memory span, and processing speed. Wow, this podcast went by fast today. Tends to peak in the early 20s and then fades steadily. Crystallized intelligence, which is the accumulation of knowledge and experience, continues to build for decades. There's personality traits that level off through early adulthood. They level off later in life. There's moral reasoning, the ability to weigh competing principles.
What about the financial literacy they're talking about? And that says that builds into a person's late 60s, reflecting of a lifetime of dealing with bills. I thought it meant being concerned about your finances, and I could see how that would change as you got older.
And there's also cognitive flexibility, that the ability to shift smoothly between tasks or strategies when circumstances change. So anyway, yeah, 55 to 60 people.
Is that all the stuff for that?
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Fun Facts Friday. I do like that, Curt. Thank you. Fun Facts Friday. All right.
We'll have to make our own version.
Yeah, we gotta.
These are fun facts that you can choose to use or not. You can choose to use. You can choose to lose. I don't care. The average person sleeps for 6 hours and 31 minutes on weekdays, 7 hours and 22 minutes on weekends. I'm super jealous of those people that can sleep like that. I get that physically. I get that many hours of sleep, but apparently I'm not getting the benefit of that many hours of sleep.
There are 20 fictional characters with stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The most recent is Batman, who got his star in 2024, and Mickey Mouse was the first in 1978.
Here's a fun fact for you. I like this one you found, Jen. Sloths or sloths? Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins because of their slow metabolism. They can hold their breath, sloths can, for up to 40 minutes.
I feel like I should be able to hold my breath for a long time because I have a slow metabolism.
Stop it. The urine of a diabetic contains so much sugar that if it was purified, and it could be purified and made into a high-end single malt whiskey. Here, drink my pee.
Right? The first Nintendo game ever developed was in Africa. It was the Donald Duck Going Quackers for Nintendo 64. It was created in Monaco.
of course, we all know by now. I mean, uh, Captain Jack Sparrow, aka Johnny Depp, is I mean, Johnny Depp is associated with that character
Yeah.
120%. But at first, I guess Jim Carrey had a chance to play Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean. He turned it down because it conflicted with his filming schedule for Bruce Almighty, which is also a fun movie. So that
I know, but still, this was crazy to me. The most abused social security number ever has been in fraud, used in fraud at least 40,000 by 40,000 different people. It belongs to a secretariat at a wallet company. In 1938, social security cards were new, and the secretary's boss wanted people to see how they looked in a wallet. So every one of their wallets came with a sample security card inside, and it was her number on it.
You know what? That's probably back in a time where it was more innocent. You never considered that's probably a bad idea. Now we know don't do that.
Yeah.
Um, there's only one song that has reached 5 billion streams on Spotify. This you mentioned earlier. We're going to have some more information about. The Weekend, Blinding Lights is the only song that has reached 5 billion streams on Spotify.
And here's just a few more. The Guinness Book of World Records is in the Guinness Book of World Records as the best-selling copyrighted book series of all time.
The cartoon guy on a can of Pringles, the dude with the mustache,
Yeah.
has a name. His name is actually Julius Pringles.
Did you know that?
No idea.
Now you knew. Now you know. Alcohol consumption has declined throughout the country over the past decade. In fact, only one state reports an increase in drinking over the past 10 years, and that is Tennessee.
Tennessee.
That's probably because Nashville's become this like the new Vegas.
Is that what they're saying?
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for other things.
Okay. Well, cue music here.
How about this one? All right, weekend stuff happening in Seattle in 5 minutes or less. The Smashing Machine with Dwayne Johnson, a.k.a. The Rock, plays wrestler and MMA fighter Mark Kerr, Kerr. So that's out this weekend. Emily Blunt is in that as well. And then Bone Lake, a seductive horror story where a couple's romantic vacation at a secluded lakeside estate is altered when they're forced to share the mansion with another couple.
Dun, dun, dun. The limited
Also,
releases. Do you know this? I've heard of this movie, Anemone. Is that how you say that?
Anemone. Yeah, Anemone.
Anemone.
That's Daniel Day-Lewis and his son, Ronan Day-Lewis, has directed it. And Good Boy, the horror movie shown from the perspective of a dog.
What?
I wonder if Good Boy is, if the dog in Good Boy is actually a bad boy. Sports this weekend. Huge weekend in sports. Mariners kicking off their best of 5 game series. Playoff type games against Detroit tomorrow at T-Mobile Park. The first 2 games are at home. So that's 5 o'clock 30.
Okay, 5:38 tomorrow and 5:03 on Sunday at T-Mobile
Yes.
Park. That's
that.
obviously huge.
Mhm.
Huge. The Hawks play the Buccaneers at 1:05 on Sunday at Lumen Field, and the Huskies are in Maryland tomorrow with a 12:30 kickoff. And the Cougs I'm not mentioning because they have a bye.
Oh, okay.
But
And also you don't like them. Other things happen on the PMW. If you don't get a chance to go to any of the sports events, we've got Oktoberfest Northwest, the Washington State Fair Event Center. Also, Halloween festivities open already in some places. Haunts, pumpkin patches, corn mazes. We can always recommend the Haunted Morgue. I don't know if that's open yet or not. Probably not.
It is.
It is. You're right.
100% is. It opened last weekend, and yeah, Georgetown Morgue, really good. It's a really
Tonight through Sunday, the Pacific Northwest Ballet performs Jewels.
Tate McRae is at the Climate Pledge tonight. And on Sunday, Washington's own Benson Boone will perform at Climate Pledge. And this is cool, Curt. I mean, whether you're religious or not, several churches in the Seattle and Bellevue area are having the blessing of animals. So if you bring your leashed animal, they'll just give them a little blessing.
Ooh,
Well,
better consider that. Fall Tacoma RV Show today through Sunday at the Tacoma Dome. Skagit Valley Festival of Family Farms is in Mount Vernon tomorrow through Sunday.
And then there's Issaquah Salmon Days tomorrow and Sunday. There you
go.
What are you doing?
We got these tickets to go see. You know the movie Airplane? Of course, you know the movie Airplane. They're showing the unreleased director's cut at the Paramount, so a version that nobody's seen before, I guess. And also, it's one of those things where they'll have some people from the movie there that you can for a question and answer. So David Zucker, director guy, and Robert Hayes, who played Stryker, Ted Stryker, is going to be there. So we're going to the Paramount tonight for that. And then tomorrow I have a fundraiser for Sound Experience.
You're seeing the movie Airplane at the Paramount Theater. That's pretty awesome.
With the people that starred in it, yes.
That's cool. Okay. I have a couple birthday celebrations this weekend, including our friend Lauren, who turned 40. She wanted a tea party, so I'm hosting that.
Oh, okay.
And emceeing, thank you, Curt Cruz, for hooking me up with this. The Monroe Rotary Club Barn Dance. It's going to be super fun.
And that's going on at people should come out and see Jen and help raise money for Monroe Rotary at Evergreen State Fair.
Yeah,
grounds.
the fairgrounds. Yep, it's at the fairgrounds.
In the 4-H building, I believe, if you want to be specific.
That is the 4-H building. That's exactly right.
Question O the day. Thank you for participating. All that have in the past this time. This will be interesting. Some of the answers. When
did you realize you were an adult? Easy as that. When did you realize you're an adult? Do you have an answer?
I remember thinking that things were changing when I had to register for the draft.
Oh, interesting. I feel like mine was maybe when I bought a house.
That's probably true. A lot of people are going to say marriage or kids. That makes sense. But
marriage, kids, house. What else? What else made you realize you were an adult? Maybe I'll have a caveat to this question too. Besides marriage, having a kid, or buying a house, when did you realize you were an adult?
Okay. We will have your answers coming up on Monday after a great weekend. I'm sure you're going to have a fantastic weekend.
We want you to have a great weekend. Thank you for spending time with us. We'll see you on Monday with a new episode of the podcast. Until then, make good choices, find joy, spread kindness,
and laugh, everybody. It's good for the soul. We'll see you on Monday.
Don't forget to smile. See you Monday. Thank you.